So go ahead and find a nice comfortable seat and just sit up nice and tall and begin taking in some long, slow, deep breaths. Giving yourself a few moments to settle in from the business of the day. Just giving your body and your muscles and your mind a few moments to relax. And just watch your breath as it flows in and flows out. And breathe in a few more breaths. And then open your eyes. And we'll start off here in our seated position. We'll start off seated wide legs. So go ahead and get in your seated wide leg position. Flex your toes, press your knees down towards the mat and sit up nice and tall. And then slowly begin to walk your hands forward. As you ease into a seated forward fold. Inhale back up to center. Turn your chest towards your left toes and then walk your hands towards your left toes. Inhale back up to center. And then exhale, turn towards your right toes and then walk your hands towards your right toes. And inhale back up to center and pull the soles of your feet together into a seated butterfly. Sit up nice and tall. Let your knees fall down towards the ground. As you can see, I'm recording from a new location today. We're in a new location here at Carolina Beach for the time being, and so this is my first time on this internet. So I hope everything goes smoothly today. If it doesn't, I'll let you know. Inhale as you release and make your way to a tabletop. From your tabletop position, just do a few cat-cows. On your inhale, lift your chin up towards the ceiling. Let your belly drop down towards the ground. On your exhale, pull your chin towards your chest, round your back. Press the middle part of your back up towards the sky. And just moving with your own breath, flow through a few cat-cows. And after you've done 3 or 4 of each, untuck your toes and walk your hands back towards your knees. And then rise up into this tall hero position. Brace your core using your hip flexors. On your exhale, sit back towards your heels. On your inhale, rise back up. Exhale, sit back towards your heels. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, sit back towards your heels one more time. And then pause here in your seated hero. On your inhale, lift your hands up towards the sky. On your exhale, take your right hand towards your left knee. Place your left hand on the low part of your back and exhale your gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale back forward, sweep your hands up to the sky. On your exhale, take your left hand to your right knee, right hand on the low part of your back, and exhale your gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center, sweep your hands up to the sky. Interlace your fingers and press your palms up towards the sky. As you do that, brace your core. Inhale, rise back up to your tall hero position. And slowly lower your hands down in front of your face. As you do that, press your right wrist away, pull your left wrist towards you. Press your left wrist away, pull your right wrist towards you. Release your right hand back to center and we'll switch sides. Flip your thumbs up and then press your right wrist away and pull your left wrist. Press your left wrist away and pull your right wrist. And then release your hands, make your way back to your tabletop. When you get to your tabletop, tuck your toes, and on your exhale, make your way to your first down dog of the day. As you pull your head in between your arms, lifting your seat up towards the sky, pressing your legs towards straight, but more importantly, focusing on that extension through your back. Nice, long, straight back. Maybe pedal your feet out. Straightening your right, bending your left, pedaling back and forth. And then pausing here for a couple of breaths in your down dog. Slowly walk forward towards the front of the mat, bringing your feet in between your hands. And on your exhale, forward fold. In your forward fold, maybe take your hands and place your hands on the sides, on both sides of your leg, and press your hands towards each other and press your knees towards your hands. And on your exhale, fold a little deeper. Similar forward fold, but different. Maybe notice the similarities and notice the differences. And then release your hands and exhale, just hang, let your head hang heavy into your forward. Press into both feet, slight bend in your knees. Inhale, rise up, sweep your hands up to the sky. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop to plank. This is your first plank of the day, so you can stay here in a full plank, or you can drop your knees down to a knees down push-up, your choice. Inhale, exhale, lower down to the mat. Untuck your toes, press your feet into the chest up into your cobra pose. Exhale, lower down, tuck your toes. Inhale up, exhale, and down. Maybe 2 breaths here in your down dog. Now walk to the front of the mat once again, forward fold. Press into both feet. Inhale, rise up, hands up to the sky. And then exhale, chair pose. Inhale, exhale, full fold. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale, step or hop to plank. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale down. Tuck your toes. Inhale up. And exhale, down dog. From your down dog, lift your right leg up to the sky, 3-leg down dog. On your exhale, bring your right knee under your chest and hover. Pull your right knee up into your chest. Round your back, strong through your core. Inhale, sweep your foot back up to the sky, 3-leg down dog. Exhale your knee under your chest and hover. Inhale back up to the sky. And this time on your exhale, step your right foot all the way through between your hands. Take your back foot, spin your back foot across the mat to warrior two, so your front heel is in line with your back arch. Press into both feet. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Maybe take your gaze over your right fingers. And breathe here. On your exhale, bend your right arm. Bring your right arm down towards your right knee. Don't necessarily let it rest on your knee. Just kind of let it gently touch your knee. Lift your left hand up to the sky. Maybe take your gaze up towards your left thumb. Inhale, rise back up, warrior two. Spin your right hand. Drop your left hand. Lift your right hand up towards the sky, exalted warrior. Now leaving your body just, your upper body right where it is. Begin to straighten your right leg so that both legs are nice and straight. On your inhale, bring your arms back to warrior two, arms leaving your lower body right where it is. Begin to reach your right hand forward as you pull your right hip towards the back of the mat. On your exhale, lower your right hand down towards your shin, on the inside of your shin, or down to the floor. Whichever works best for you. Take your left hand, lift your left hand up to the sky. Maybe take your gaze up towards your left thumb. Bend your left knee back to warrior two legs. Inhale, rise back up, warrior two arms. Breathe here. Take your left hand, sweep it towards the front of the mat. Frame out your front foot with both hands. Sweep your right foot back to plank. Exhale down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale down. Tuck your toes. Inhale up. And exhale, down dog. Take a couple of breaths here in your down dog. And then lift your left leg up to the sky, 3-leg down dog. On your exhale, bring your left knee under your chest. Pull your left knee up and into your chest. Inhale, sweep your left leg back up to the sky. Exhale your left knee under your chest and hover one more time. Inhale back up to the sky. And this time on your exhale, step your left foot all the way through. Spin your right foot across the mat to warrior two legs. Once your base is strong, rise up, warrior two. Maybe take your gaze over your left hand and breathe. And exhale, bend your left arm, bring your left arm down towards your left knee. Lightly touching as your right hand lifts up to the sky. Maybe take your gaze up towards your right thumb. Keep your core braced here. Inhale, rise back up, warrior two. Bend your left hand, drop your right, lift your left hand up to the sky. Keeping your upper body right where it is. Begin to straighten your left leg so that both of your legs are straight. And then inhale your arms back for your two arms. And then extend your left hand forward as you pull your left hip towards the back of the mat. And then slowly lower your left hand down to your shin or inside your shin or down to the floor. Right hand up to the sky. Gaze up towards your right thumb. Slowly bend your left knee back to warrior two legs. Inhale, rise up, warrior two arms. And breathe. Come out your front foot. Sweep your front foot back to plank. Couple of breaths here in your plank. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale down. Tuck your toes. Inhale up and exhale, down dog. And a couple of breaths here. Step, walk, or hop to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Just like you're sitting into a chair, sweep your hands up to the sky, chair pose. Inhale, rise and reach. And exhale your hands down to mountain pose. Take a couple of breaths here, shake it off for just a moment. And that'll bring us to, we'll do a standing figure four for our balance today. So from your mountain pose, brace your core. Find that spot on the floor that's not moving. Engage every muscle in your right leg as you shift your weight into your right leg. As you do that, lift your left knee up. Take your left ankle across, let your left knee fall down towards the ground into your figure four position. Once again, brace your core, find your balance, find your strength, and on your exhale, Begin to sit your hips back and down. Don't let your right knee travel forward. Instead, let your hips go back and down. Try to keep that right knee stacked over your right foot. Use your hands for balance. Feel free to go as low as you like. Breathe. If you'd like to take your left hand on your left knee and give it a gentle press, it's just a little added bonus to the stretch here, a little added stretch to the figure four. Then slowly begin to rise up whenever you're ready. And lift your left knee and lower your left foot back down to the floor and check everything out. And then we'll repeat and go to the other side. Come back to your mountain pose once again. Take a couple of breaths. Find that spot on the floor that's not moving. Slowly shift your weight into your left leg. Engage every muscle in your left leg. Brace your core, chest lifted, and then begin to lift your right knee up. Slowly take your right ankle across your left knee. Let your right knee fall down towards the ground. Once you're here, reestablish your strength, reestablish your base, and when you're ready on your exhale, begin to sit back and down into your standing figure four. Breathe. Same option applies on the other side. If you want to take your right hand on your right knee and gently press down on your right knee and add a little stretch here, feel free to add that in. And then whenever you're ready, slowly begin to release and rising back up, lifting your right knee up. And then lowering your right leg down to the ground and shaking everything out. Just take a moment. And then come back to your mountain pose. Come back to the front of the mat, back to your mountain pose, and take in a few breaths here. Long, slow, deep breath. Maybe close your eyes for just a moment. Just breathe in and breathe out. Long, slow, deep breath. In through your nose and out through your nose. On your inhale, put your hands up to the sky. On your exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop to plank. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale down. Tuck your toes. Inhale up. And exhale, down dog. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand, your left foot to the outside of your left hand, and slowly sit back into your low yoga squat, pressing your elbows into your knees, bringing your hands to prayer. Back nice and straight here. Long, slow, deep breath as you breathe in and breathe out. And then slowly release down into a seated position on your mat, into a seated staff pose. Flexing your feet, pressing your knees down to the ground, lifting your chest, bracing your core, sitting up nice and tall. Walk your hands towards toes. As you walk forward, as you walk your hands forward into a seated forward fold. Inhale, begin to rise back up into your seated staff pose. Once you get there, take your right foot, pull your right foot by your left, and then lift your right foot up and over your left. Take your right hand, place it on the mat behind you. Take your hand and hook it around your left leg. Sorry, your right leg. I always get that backwards. And on your exhale, take your gaze over your right shoulder as you press your belly into your right leg. Inhale back to center, and then extend your right leg beside your left. And then once again, fold forward as you walk your hands towards your toes. Inhale, rise back up as you pull your left foot beside your right this time. You lift your left foot up and over your right. Take your left hand, place your left hand on the mat behind you. Take your right arm and hook it around your left, and exhale your gaze over your left shoulder. Again, continuing to sit up nice and tall, core engaged, not rounding in your low back. Inhale back to center, and extend your left leg back to your seated staff pose. And then once you get there, pull the soles of your feet together into a seated butterfly. Once again, continuing to keep your core engaged here, not rounding in your low back. And then release and roll down to your back, pulling your knees into your chest. Keep your right knee hugged in, extend your left leg and let it rest onto the floor. And then bringing your left arm out to a field goal post or to a T position. Take your right hand on your right knee and pull your right leg away from the center of your body. Inhale your knee back up to center. Take your left hand on your right knee, right hand to a T or a field goal, and then pull your right knee across your body over towards the left. Inhale back up to center, and then extend your left leg and let it rest on the floor, and then hug your right knee in. With your left knee, the opposite side, the left knee. Keeping your left hand on your left knee, bringing your right hand out to a T or a field goal, pull your left knee away from your body. Inhale your knee back up to center. Take your right hand on your left knee, left hand out to a T, and pull your right knee across your body. Bring your left knee back up to the center. Lower your foot down to the floor. Take your right foot, pull it beside your left, touching your ankles together, and on your exhale, let both knees fall away from each other for reclined butterfly. Inhale your knees back up to center, and on your exhale, extend both legs forward into your final resting pose, letting your feet flop over to the side, bringing your arms down by your side, maybe lowering your gaze and bring your focus back to your breath. Just take a moment to watch your breath, allowing all the muscles to release and relax. As you settle more deeply and more deeply into your breath. Now breathe in a few more breaths. Just slowly begin to move your fingers and toes and arms and legs. As you move and stretch and get the energy flowing once again. If you like to roll over to one side and take some breath there, feel free to do that now. And then when you're ready, make your way back to a nice comfortable seat. I think it is thought of the day. I ran across this one this weekend, and it actually reminded, and then the activities of this weekend with all the rioting and everything reminded me of another thought. So I thought I would share them both today because they kind of go hand in hand. The first thought is this: it's the quality of our lives will never exceed the quality of our thoughts. You know, our thought life drives who we are and what we become. And so that's such a true quality or such a true statement. The quality of our lives never exceeds the quality of our thoughts. And then I ran across this other statement from a book that I read once, and I wrote it down because it was such a powerful statement. I thought it was very true for this time that we're in now. It says, "You have found a way to be at home with the world's confusion, a way to embrace the chaos rather than struggle to reduce it or become its victim." You know, with all of the chaos that we see in this world today, you know, people tend to polarize the two different areas to either try to become a a victim of the world or to rage against it, one or the other. But we've got to find that happy medium. We've got to find a way to embrace this chaos and to find a way to work through it rather than to let it define us. In my Bible verses from Matthew 11:29, it says, "Take my yoke upon you, learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest to your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Just a reminder that we always have someone to turn to in the midst of the chaos. On your inhale, sweep your hands up to the sky. Exhale, press them back down towards the ground. Again, inhale up, together at the top, and exhale down to heart center. Have a blessed week. Thanks for allowing me to lead your practice today, and thanks for being with me.